WTP, WD5HKB, if you can copy that at all. Whiskey Delta 5, Hotel Kilo Victor.
Frequency in use and 9 AMI. Well, there's a good carrier there and 9 AMI. CQ AM Jamboree, CQ AM Jamboree and 9 AMI. QRZ, I saw somebody there. CQ AM Jamboree, CQ AM Jamboree, and 9 AMI, Nevada. What happened to that nice carrier I just saw? N9 AMI. CQ, CQ, CQ AM Jamboree, CQ AM Jamboree, and 9 AMI. State of Nevada, QRZ.
WD5HKB, Whiskey Delta 5, Hotel Kilo Victor.
Okay, WD5HKC, I think it was. I didn't write it down. I apologize for that. That's my shortcoming there. I'll pull out a piece of paper here in a second. The name is John. Call is November 9 Alpha Mike India. AMI number 1488 and operating from the state of Nevada. Just 25 watts right now with my Flex 6300. Back to you.
Okay, John, November 9, Alpha Mexico India. I believe I got the call right. Correct. Sorry about that. Call here again is WD5HKB, Whiskey Delta 5, Hotel Kilo Victor. And I'm located in northeast Texas. And also running some pretty low power here. I think I've got about 10 watts carrier here, something like that. Low power, but I hope it's copy of that. I've been all good. Probably not good. Maybe your copy is okay. So I'll talk back to you there. Make sure you got the connection there, John. Go ahead.
Okay. Very good. WD5HKV and 9AMI. Cool deal, man. Yeah, I hear you on your 10 watts. S5 here, but the band pretty quiet location here, so I do hear you. And like I said, I'm running 23 watts. It says on the LP100 here, and I'm actually live streaming this also on my YouTube channel, so I've got the monitor on so people can hear me talking, even though it's a little bit lower. But you're putting in a good signal here. Like I said, flex radio antenna is an off-center fed dipole, inverted V style, up at apex. Oh, I don't know, 40 foot or so. That's the setup here. Do have a bunch of vintage kind of gear here. I should probably get some of it on the air, but I was just being lazy working on a couple things, and I figured I'd fire this up for a little while. WD5HKV, Hotel Kilo Victor, I believe that's correct, N9 AMI. Back to you.
Yeah, N9 AMI. WD5HKV. 5 minutes, John. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, by the way. We had echoes. I'm from north of Texas. Right up in the over Central County, if you've ever heard of it, I'm about 30 miles to the south of there. Yeah, 5 minutes, good signal here. Good 5x8 copy on good signal, good audio, great audio, good signal. Really good signal, John. I've got an old radio here, an old Uniden radio that I've been playing around with. I've had it for several years and drug it out a while back, did some work on it, and thought I'd play around with some AM on it, see how it works. And I don't know, it does put out, like I say, around 10 watts or so. It's kind of an old. They're kind of akin to an old CD almost, but I've had it a lot of years and thought I would get it out and play with it. And I would like a honest report on the audio. You can tell me what it's good or bad here. I'm just curious as to how bad it might be or what it even sounds like. So it'd be interesting to know that. Tell me the truth there if you would. I appreciate it because I know what I've got here, what I'm working with, or what I don't have. So anyway, back to you. Hopefully the band will hold up just a little bit. But anyway, good copy on you there, John. It's North of Texas. N9 AMI, WD5HKV.
Okay, WD5HKV and 9AMI. All right, I did a recording of you. I'm going to play it back, but I noticed I had the noise reduction on, so I don't know how the heck that's going to come across. I don't know if that is pre or post on this thing. I would assume it's pre, but I don't know. I'm just going to play it back and we'll see what happens here. Let me turn the monitor off.
Or what it even sounds like, so it'd be interesting to know that. Tell me the truth there if you would. I appreciate it because I know what I've got here, what I'm working with, or what I don't have.
Okay, there you go. I don't know how that came across. Let me know. Back to you.
Hey, John, appreciate that very much. Yeah, I just, that's interesting to hear. It's got an old stock microphone that came with it. And, anyway, the audio sounded fairly decent from what I can tell. I got a little static in there, a little noise now. Like the band may be up and down a little, but definitely wasn't quite as loud as your audio, for sure. But just thought what I might want to do is just make it a little better, maybe. If it can even be done, These radios weren't budged, but they're cheap, and as they are now anyway. It's something to play around with. I don't get on very often, but I do have an interest in some older studio equipment. I've got several old here, one old holograph, old Drake, and old single tube transmitter, and several other pieces that don't have to plug out. I have a Yaesu 891 that I use on round table groups that I'm part of, ICOM that I'm working with 2 days with. I've got several pieces here that I pull around, drag in, and out and play with. good to play around with different things. I do enjoy the older equipment, probably more so than turn it back to you there, John. You still got the top 9 AMI WD5.
Okay, WD5HKV and 9 AMI. Cool deal. Yeah, the playback it definitely is going to have a little bit of noise in it because you're S5 here. So, but best I could do. It's the best I could do. So there you go. But it sounds fine. And I've got a converted unit in President Washington CB over here that I've used on 10 before, on 10 AM I should say. The problem with it is it's got a DDS VFO in it, which is fantastic. It's go pretty much wherever you want to go in the band, but the radio's electronics, you can only tweak up the IF cans. Like, okay, we're going to tweak it up for the AM portion, and you get down to the sideband portion because it's such a large band, and it's you can definitely tell there's a difference. So, well, what I did was I said, well, practically every rig here works pretty well on AM, and so I just tweaked that one for 28,500. So if I wanted to go up to 2,900 there, it still works. Kick on this little external preamp that I have, and it's fine. But anyway, so that's the deal with that. But it does work well. I get good reports on it and stuff, and yours is working nice too. So good stuff. But I'm not sure if you're working the Jamboree this weekend, the AM Jamboree, or if you're familiar with it or not. Back to you, 85 HKV and 9 AMI. Or W, sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm not working doing the Jamboree. I was just kind of messing around with this radio a little bit, and I heard you call, and I'm going to see if I can get any kind of report on it here maybe. So I do appreciate that very much. Thank you for that. No, but I'm not working it, but it is interesting. AM has always kind of intrigued me a little bit, and enjoy working it occasionally when I get to. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I appreciate the honest support there on me. These old things don't have a very good receiver in them either, they're okay, but not compared to of course, the newer equipment, not much. But anyway, something to play around with. I've got an old D104 microphone. I thought about seeing if I could wire into it, and if that one might improve it a little bit. I don't want some storage, but I don't know. It might help it some. It might not. Anyway, it's something to try a bit later on. But I won't hold you. I don't want to try to make it all contact.
Okay. Sorry about the K before. WD5HKV. Get that one right there, Jeff. Very good. Yeah, I was looking at your QRZ there. I see some of the rigs and whatnot up there. Cool deal. All right, yeah. Well, if you're interested in that's a lot of AM stuff, look me up on QRZ and follow the link to AM International. So all the AM guys kind of congregate, and it's been around for oh gosh, many, many years, and I'm the executive director for it. So this weekend is the AMI Jamboree, which is just an operating event, not necessarily a contest. And everybody just gets on all the HF bands with their whatever AM gear they can muster and chat it up and have a good old time. And you send in a log to the website, and you can get a certificate and all that. You don't have to be an AMI member. So anyway, all right, bud. Well, nice chatting with you. Nice to meet you, and hopefully, definitely run into you again sometime. WD5HKV and 9 AMI.
Okay, John. Yeah, I've got. I had this thing hooked up to a Bino battery, and the battery died on me about mid-transmit there, so I kind of fell out on you there for a minute. So hopefully you still hear me in here. I got it hooked up to a power supply now, so wasn't expecting that to happen, but I forgot I even had it on the battery. So anyway, it kind of went south on me there for a few minutes, but yeah, fine business, John. Appreciate the contact here and the response on the radio check there. I appreciate that very much. And we'll we'll tune around the band here a little bit and play around some. I'll check out your YouTube as well and see what you got going on there. That's always interesting too. So we'll hopefully catch you on there here soon. I'm trying to gear up here on some other bands too as well. Kind of like you, I kind of enjoy it. A lot of fun and whatnot. There's a lot of nostalgia there. So a lot of fun too. So I'll go ahead and say 73 to you and do appreciate the contact here. N9 AMI, WD5 HKV 73, John.
Okay, buddy, take care and yeah, have fun. So that's what it's all about. Just have a good time, man. That's it. That's the bottom line. Once it gets not having a good time, well, time for a new hobby. Take care. 73 N9 AMI. QRZ. Anybody else out? Hey, why don't you go ahead and take this one? Take it if you want it. You want to call CQ or whatever. I'm going to tune around. I see some other stations up and down and see if I can drag a few other guys out. N9 AMI.
Okay, John, appreciate it, but I got to check out anyway. I do appreciate it, though. Thank you very much. Have a great day, WD5 HKV.
Okay, bud. We'll catch you next time. N9 AMI. CQ 10 a.m. CQ AMI Jamboree. Boy, that's a mouthful. N9 AMI. Anybody else around today? Any of you live streamers should be getting on and not watching YouTube. Come on now. N9 AMI.
Nice setup you got there, and you're probably copying me a lot better now. I was on the wrong beam antenna. I have two of them here. I usually have one to the northeast, one to the northwest. I was on the Hex. It was off to the northwest. Switched over to my 2-element Yagi, which is northeast, and now you're in a solid S9 signal in here, so I'm sure you're probably hearing me a heck of a lot better too. So yeah, roger that. Yeah, copy on the equipment. It's a lot of fun up here on the AM window. I've been hanging around here ever since we started getting the AM propagation back here, which is, I think the first week of September we started getting AM back. We had it at the beginning of the year, and then it died out around January, February, March, I think, is when it fizzled out. The whole summer we had no AM in here at all, and now it came back after August. So I've been lurking around here on the AM window ever since then. So you're all kinds of guys out here with all kinds of different equipment. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I play around with a whole bunch of different rigs and antennas here. Obviously, I've got like 4 HF antennas up, and I kind of go between a lot of the different antennas. Sometimes the polarization changes, and another antenna favors it over the other one, so we kind of mess around with that. But we're running a little bit of outboard gear. This 746 Pro was modified to work better on AM. Out of the box, these things are terrible on AM, so I had to go in there and I found a couple of articles on how to get the AM to work pretty well on these ICOM. It's not going to transmit more than 6 kilohertz wide, but at least I can punch some good audio in through 6 kilohertz with this ICOM. Normally they sound terrible out of the box, but yeah, it's sounding good on that Kenwood. I've never had a 430, but I've seen them out there, and I think the 440 as well is you can modify the TS440 direct balance modulator fed. It'll sound like a Kenwood TS850 or rather close to it anyway. So WD4 HMA K5 RWD.
CQ, CQ, CQ 10 a.m., CQ 10 a.m., CQ AM Jamboree, CQ AM Jamboree, and 9 AMI, November 9 Alpha Mike India, and 9 AMI located in the state of Nevada, running about 23 watts today, and 9 AMI QRZ.
To build the two-element Yagi just out of boredom, and I put it up there, and I had another rotor, so I put it on that. So now I have two beam antennas, a hex beam, and obviously, well, somewhat monoband. It actually does the 2-meter homebrew Yagi. Actually, it's direct fed, so it's wide banded. It'll do 12 through 10 meters with no problem, with some good directionality. So. But I always leave one off to the northeast and one in the northwest. That way I don't have to keep turning my beam and wearing out my rotor. It actually works out pretty well. So whenever towards the end of the day, like right now when we get toward the later part of the afternoon, when we start picking up the west coast, heck, I just flip the control box over to the other antenna that's already in the northwest, and I don't have to turn the rotor. And if somebody's coming back in the northeast, I just switch back to the other one. So it's actually really convenient there, Roger.
CQ, CQ, CQ 10 a.m., CQ Jamboree, calling CQ, CQ, CQ 10 a.m., CQ AMI Jamboree. This is November 9 Alpha Mike India, and 9 AMI, located in the state of Nevada, calling CQ, CQ, CQ AM Jamboree, CQ 10 a.m., and 9 AMI.
Loop, but you make it horizontal instead of vertical, and then it's really technically a skywire at that point, and then it's just a wonderful antenna. Mine broke apart after a big storm that came through here. I need to get it back up in the air, but I already got too many antennas, so I took a hiatus from that for a while. But going back to what you said about hearing the CV band here, I hear the CV band down here on this frequency all of the time, and I asked somebody that's more of a seasoned operator than I, and he didn't seem to know. He didn't seem to know why that is. I'm suspecting you're right. I think there's a harmonic right here on this frequency with somewhere on the lower part of the CB band, and because I hear those guys once in a while, they'll come in, and I can actually hear what they're saying here. So it's very interesting. I thought my radio was misaligned for a while. And I actually bought a 10-meter Chinese rig, and I sold it because I didn't like that. I thought the thing had some bad intermodulation distortion and kind of was not able to reject spurious harmonic. Well, it turns out that all my HF rigs are picking that up here. All my good ones even my non-SCR picked it up. So I think it's just we're sitting right on the harmonic like you said there. Go ahead. Copy of the splatter.
CQ, CQ10, CQ, AM Jamboree, calling CQ, CQ10, CQ, AMI Jamboree, N9, AMI, November 9, Alpha, Mike India, and 9, AMI, QRZ. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be about it here for today. Check me out tonight. We'll be on the low bands, and I'll get some video up tonight. So catch you later.